it's Darby with rejoiceandcreate.com, and I have a fun and whimsical project for you today, although it certainly can be very encouraging as well. But I have to tell you, it's hard to show it laying down because it's actually meant to stand up. And what it is this little, I'm calling it my Bringing Cheer hot air balloons, because of the little basket. It reminds me of a hot air balloon, and the sentiment hangs in the center of there, and you can actually put two of them on there. And this one I did from the Hold On to Hope stamp set, and its side says, celebrating one of God's most remarkable creations, you. And of course, because you have a back side to it too, you can stamp another sentiment on the back. And I love this one. I have made you, and I will carry you, I will sustain you, and I will rescue you. And of course, that's from Isaiah. So that's one of them. But I also made one that's out of the Picture Perfect birthday. And on this side, it says, celebrate the good stuff. And when it's turned over, you can see on the other side, it says, happiest of birthdays to you. Now I made a third example, and this one comes from the Lift Me Up stamp set from Stampin' Up. Sending smiles across the miles, and on the back side of it, it says, just a note to lift your spirits. And of course, in each one of them is a little basket that contains 2 Hershey's Nuggets, or you can probably fit a couple of Hershey's Kisses in there as well, or some other small candies. But I thought this is a perfect way to give somebody a little encouragement, a little cheer, perhaps a little birthday celebration they can put on their desk and they can see it. They can see your wishes for them. And as I said, when it stands up, you can actually see it dangling. So let me show you the basics of the project, and then you can decorate it to whatever your situation requires. Alright, for the little basket, you need a piece of paper that is 3 inches by 3.5 inches, and this direction runs across the basket of the balloon. So plan your directional patterns accordingly. Because you have 2 sides on here, one on each of the sides, you'll need a 2.25 inch circle. So you need a scrap of Whisper White or whatever you're using for your sentiment that you can fit 2 circles in that are 2.25 inches wide. I already punched out a 2.5 inch circle, but that's my center circle behind there. And for the balloon part itself, you'll need a piece of cardstock that is 1 inch wide by 9.5 inches long. For this one, I'm using the Petal Garden paper, Old Olive, Sweet Sugar Plum, and Whisper White. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so take your piece of paper and just score it at 1 inch on all 4 sides. Now take your piece of 9.5 inches by 1 inch cardstock, and we're just going to make a mark right in the middle. And the middle of the 9.5 is at 4 3/4. So just right in the center, just make one little dot. Nothing too big, just something you know where the center of the top of the balloon is going to be. Alright, so make our balloon base first, and we'll just fold the paper in and just give it a light pressing on all 4 fold lines, all 4 score lines. Alright, let me turn that over so you can see this side. And you'll see that with the short side across, cut up on both sides of those both bottom score lines up to the horizontal score line. So we'll cut up this way, do the same with the other one, cut up this way, right on the edges of the score lines. Fold those in, push the score lines out, and we'll just trim those right off. Hope I didn't get that one down far enough. Okay, now do that right on the other side too. Okay, this is going to be our outside, so let's flip it on over, and on one side we're going to just put some strong adhesive on it. And then just fold these in one at a time and just put a dot. You don't need a lot, just to hold it together when you've got your box assembled. Alright, so what we're going to do is put it in there on the side without adhesive. We're folding up first. And we'll make our box. Alright, then go ahead and fold up the other side and match that. Okay, so we have our box. Now we're going to break the fibers a little bit in this to make our balloon start taking on a balloon shape. So just go ahead and kind of curve it. Now that 1 inch on the end will go and adhere to the side of the box, so don't worry about that part of it, but go ahead and just give the rest of it a little bit of a curve. Alright, let's flatten that out. And on both of the outside edges, up to 1 inch, we're going to put some strong adhesive. Okay. Alright, so go ahead and just tuck that down and hold it against the side there. And we'll do that with the other one as well. Tuck it in there till the end of the cardstock hits the bottom, and just adhere it to the side. So that's what we have right now. Because we're going to be fitting a 2.5 inch circle in there, we're going to have to let it curve just a little bit more. So go ahead and take it and really kind of rub it, coax it down into more of a circle shape on this side as well. Okay, so we have a little bit more of a balloon shape. There we go. We have a bit of a balloon shape, and now we can fit our 2.5 inch circle in there. I'm going to center it up a little bit, which is what we want to do next. So I would go ahead and center, and you have your one line right there. And I can see that I lined up that dot right there. I have a dot right here that's lined up on that line as well. So I know I'm pretty good. So what I'm going to do is just on either side of that dot, right in the middle, I'm going to punch a 1/16 inch hole. Okay, see, I've got my mark right there, and on both sides I punched a 1/16 inch hole. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish our sentiments. Let me get my piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to stamp in Rich Razzleberry. So let me stamp this one first. And I want to put the U right underneath it, but I'd like to put it in a way that it will actually contrast a little bit, so I'm going to do it in the Sweet Sugar Plum ink. Now I like this one that has the quotation from Isaiah, but the Isaiah won't fit on there. I can't center it. See, I stamped it on there and it kind of looks a bit crowded top to bottom. So what I'm going to do is actually block off the Isaiah. So I have a post-it note, and I'm going to stick it right over there and cover the Isaiah, and then I'll ink it up. Okay, now remember to pull that off. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that one over here. And that gives me the ability to center that into my 2¼ inch punch. The Sweet Sugar Plum again, and I'm going to stamp one of the butterflies on the side of my verse. Make sure I'm stamping them the right way. And with a little bit of Calypso Coral, I'm going to stamp a flower on the other side. And these are all from the same stamp set. Alright, with some Old Olive, I'm going to put on some branches. Alright, I like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our sentiment together. Alright, so about 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch in on one side, I'm going to punch a 1/8 inch hole. Alright, then I'm going to take a piece of linen thread, and this is about a little over 16 inches long, fold it in half, and thread it through from one side to the other, take the loop, and pull the other legs through. And what this does is this actually makes the legs lay flat on both sides, so that when I separate them to tie that, it'll keep it in the center and keep it centered in my balloon. Alright, so let me start with this one, and I'm going to use some foam tape. dimensionals would work as fine as well. Alright, and now I'm going to center it with my vertical axis kind of lining up with the hole on top. So let me go ahead and line that up in there. Alright, that's so pretty and encouraging. I really like that. And of course, you can, any sentiment that will fit on 2 inches or 2 1/4 inches you can use. Birthdays, celebrations, little wedding favors. I mean, these would be cute for a lot of different things. But definitely I think it would lift up someone's spirits to get it. Alright, now before I put this on, I'm going to go ahead and tie my ribbon onto the bottom of my balloon. You don't have to use the ribbon. You can use a piece of a 1/8 piece. You can use a 1/8 inch piece of paper, contrasting paper. That would work equally well. And if you're doing a more masculine one, you could certainly tie a knot as well. Okay. All right, that's good for me. I'm going to slide it up just a little bit to be closer to the top, and then I'm going to take, oops, my finger stuck there. Then I'm going to take a glue dot and just stick it right under the bow to keep it in place. All right. Okay, now all we have to do is hang our sentiment in the middle. Actually, the linen threads pretty well, and I'll see if I can't get it through on my first try. Decide which side you want to go in the front. I think I'm going to go ahead and put that I have made you and I will carry you, the verse from Isaiah. And push one through one of your holes. And the linen thread is usually pretty good about getting through these little holes. Yeah, but if you need any help with that, I always keep a couple of these on hand. These are the little threaders for people to help thread their floss through if they have braces and such. And they help me pull through when I can't get my fingers in to get these little guys through. But the linen thread is pretty good. So go ahead and pull that up. And then I'm going to stand it up because I find it easier to tie it tight when I stand it up. Let me get these leg apart. All right. All right, so go ahead and pull it up. If you need to like move it to one side or the other of your 2 holes, go ahead and tie a bow or a knot. I think a little bow on the top is cute, but I have one that is just a little knot cut short. And of course, let me just put my 2 nuggets together and slide those in on the bottom. And they slide right in there. But here's my little balloon. And of course, here's the back of it as well. And I think it makes a very sweet and encouraging little display. I mean, on someone's desk, that would look very adorable. Let me lie this flat so that you can see it. And bring my others in. So that's my project today, a very whimsical and cute hot air balloon that's bringing good cheer to whoever you want to send it for, whatever occasion you want to decorate it for. I hope you enjoyed the project today and give it a try. If you need any more information, please go to rejoiceandcreate.com. And if you liked the video, I would appreciate a thumbs up, and please subscribe so you can see new videos as they come out. And as always, until we meet again, I hope your days are blessed. Bye!